أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وآله الطاهرين. Like we know, the holy month of Ramadan is the month of the Holy Quran. As that famous and oft-quoted hadith of the Messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam states, لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ رَبِيعٍ وَرَبِيعَ الْقُرْآنِ شَهْرُ رَمَضَانِ. That for everything there is a peak, there is a climax, and the climax of the Holy Quran is during the holy month of Ramadan. The idea is to exert ourselves in focus and in reflection and in contemplation with this holy book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But like we know as well, it's not easy, it's not particularly something simple for us to navigate the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for many people, we see it as something very distant, as something that needs some sort of demystifying, so to say. Something that's only for the Prophet or for the Imams or for ulama, when that's really not the case. The Holy Quran is meant to be a book that is easy and accessible to navigate for anyone and for everyone. We create a lot of blockades and barriers between our engagement of it. But at the end of the day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed this most important book, His Word, for anyone and for everyone to take benefit from, regardless of our age, our gender, our religiosity, or so on and so forth. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in His holy book, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنِ, that do you not contemplate upon this book, or upon your heart is there a lock? Numerous times God calls us toward being inquisitive, being curious, being reflective, navigating the ayat, the words, the beauty truly of this book. But how can we do that in a more practical way? It's really important for us, first of all, to understand and get past the very first barrier between us and the Holy Quran. I realize and I recognize that it's so difficult to navigate it because of years and of layers worth of people telling us just how difficult, just how challenging it is to navigate. But we need to shatter and change our perception and realize that this book is a beautiful book, and that this Holy Quran is meant to be a source by, again, which we take inspiration from on a day-to-day basis. And again, it's meant to be a mercy, it's meant to be a guide, not something that we should struggle with. Once we get past that stage, all that requires for us is to take a couple of moments of our days, particularly during these holy nights and days within the sacred month of Ramadan, to spend 5 or 7 minutes reading the verses of this Holy Quran, reading the translation and contemplating upon its verses. Toward contemplating, toward reflecting, how exactly do we do that? Do something as simple as when you're reading any one of the anecdotes, the story of Adam or of Nuh or of Ibrahim or of Musa or of Isa, or the famous story of Yusuf and Yaqub, whatever anecdote that might be present within the Holy Quran, as you're going through it, try to put your own feet, your own shoes, so to say, in that circumstance and in that situation. How would you navigate? Would you be on the side of Musa or on the side of the Pharaoh? When you are being compelled toward looking out, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consistently tells us, that we have created this creation and we have allowed for the rotation of night into day and day into night, then actually pause, close your book or turn off your phone and look outside and appreciate and contemplate that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling toward. Numerous times He begins ayat by stating, Alam tara, do you not see? Do you not see how we created the creation? Do you not see the moon and the sun and the stars and the oceans and the rivers and so on and so forth? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to read those verses and not only look down, but to look up and to appreciate the creation that's around us. Again, my friends, I remind myself before anyone else that the Holy Quran is meant to be a book that is a practical handbook or guidebook for the human being. It's not only meant to be something that individuals historically and contemporarily study its linguistics and seek toward allowing for it to interpret depths of theology or for us to extract law and jurisprudence. Of course, that's really important. And it's something undoubtedly that is so central toward our religious tradition. But at the same time, the Holy Quran is meant to be something for each and every one of us. All it takes is for us to sit in front of it and to study it for 5 to 7 minutes a day to start. And slowly we increase our growth and capacity with the holy book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my dear friends, in addition to that, when we are reading the Holy Quran, it's important to understand that at the beginning of this journey of reflecting or of contemplating upon it, like anything else, it might be difficult, it might be challenging. But the more that we read, the more that we spend time, we'll begin to see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He opens up our heart and He opens up our souls and allows for us to consistently be more receptive, such that we are able to find a little bit of a deeper depth every single time as we are reading and reflecting upon these beautiful verses. So inshallah, during this holy month of Ramadan, let us make the most of it being the month of the Holy Quran. And let us put forth an effort, even albeit a small step, such that we are able to develop a deep-seated relationship with the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and allow for it to be a source of guidance and of light for each and every one of us. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi